Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So now that we have a sample size of Luka Doncic playing with the Los Angeles Lakers, we have to point out that they're 7-2 since acquiring Luka. Luka has had his shooting struggles, but after the hiccups against Utah and the Charlotte Hornets, they've been on a tear and really finding their footing. Him and LeBron James becoming more comfortable with each other, and LeBron taking a back seat, seemingly allowing Luka to put his foot or plant his flag in the sand as the new face of the organization while still being LeBron James at the same time. And LeBron, has relinquished some of his ball handling duties. He will retreat to the other end of the court. We've seen their signature play, the full court hit ahead, where LeBron posts up and finishes by the rim. LeBron's been given maximum effort. So I want to give him credit there. And this is what I really want to look at. The Lakers have ascended up to the second spot in the Western Conference, whereas you look down here, Dallas is in 10th place. And remember, this Mavericks trade was all about having the opportunity to win a championship right now. This window, Nico Harrison said with his own mouth, is in the next 3 to 4 years. That's the future for him. That's what he's looking at. What happens? Anthony Davis comes in, puts up a monumental first half, goes down with an abdominal strain that has been bothering him from his time with the Lakers. Now, what happens with the Lakers? Yeah, Luka hasn't shot it really well until last night, but he's had his best 2 games as a Laker in the last 2 against the Clippers, a team that he's owned even if you go back to his time in Dallas. So we look at that. We look at these standings. Doesn't look like there's any team in the West that the Lakers cannot contend with and beat. You put Luka Doncic and LeBron James on the court. You look at the other teams. So we have to look at spots 1 through 10. The Dallas Mavericks. That would be the dream series, right? For them to somehow get up into that 7th spot and become the team that the Lakers are playing. We would all want to see that. But, again, what comes with that 10th spot, though, is you have to win 2 road games to get into the playoffs. You look at Sacramento. I don't think anyone expects a DeMar DeRozan-led team to beat a LeBron James-led team after what we saw years and years in Toronto. Minnesota Timberwolves, they're not the same this year. I couldn't see them beating the Lakers in a 7-game series. If you look at the Golden State Warriors, they would pose somewhat of a threat by now adding Jimmy Butler. I still think the lack of size for those guys, because you're going to need someone to help out on LeBron. Also, Draymond's not going to defend LeBron as hard as he defends other players, and it won't even matter if he did, but we know he's a little friendly with LeBron on the court, and so I would even pick the Lakers in that series. So if you look at it, man, just the way the standings are right now, you look at the top, Oklahoma City firmly has a 10-game lead over the Lakers, and they'll obviously be number 1 in the West come postseason. They've put themselves in position. I don't think anyone looks at that team and thinks that that team will beat Luka Doncic and LeBron in a 7-game series. Now, whether Shea is ready to grow up some more and Jalen Williams is that second player, do I trust Dort? Do I trust Wiggins and all those guys to get past the Lakers? I mean, we have to wait and see. It would be an interesting series. Denver, while they still have the ability to beat the Lakers, having all those threats on the perimeter now really muddies up the game for them. Having Luka with the ball in his hands against a team like that, he can get exactly what he wants. It's an uphill battle for the Nuggets at this point now because Jokic doesn't play any defense. So what he had offensively is kind of canceled out with what Luka can do. I don't think we look at Memphis as a team that will beat the Lakers in a 7-game series, nor do we think Houston is ready for that just yet. But Houston is rising. And the Clippers, they're not the same anymore. Kawhi's not who he used to be, is not as impactful as he once was. So as I run down these teams, is there anybody that you think the Lakers can't beat, or absolutely can't beat in the West? I don't think so. So looking at that, I also want to say this about Nico Harrison. You look at Jalen Brunson in the Eastern Conference. He has the Knicks third. They're 40-20. They've lost big games to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Boston Celtics, and that will kind of be the underlying storyline of like when the postseason comes, are they legit or are they pretenders? But if you look at it, again, Jalen Brunson, they've won some of these games because of his clutch play late in games. And, Luka, we saw him clutch last night against the Clippers when it got late. So you've given away two clutch players that you drafted. Everybody loves Kyrie in Dallas and AD, but you drafted these guys. They could have still been together and doing this together. And now they're leading teams to the second spot, to the third spot in your respective conferences. And people are arguing that Jalen Brunson move is looking maybe not as bad, but it's looking pretty bad. When you factor in the totality of both of those players being lost, and the contract you could have had for Brunson, it didn't make any sense to let him get out. So yeah, man, we're looking at that, and the streets are saying that Nico Harrison's moves are gonna be aging really badly over time. I want to know what you guys think about the Lakers, their position, and what they can do. In the Western Conference, and also the Knicks. Do you feel like they're pretenders? Because I'm gonna tell you what, if the Knicks make a few more moves, wouldn't it be something if the Knicks and the Lakers at some point, even if not this season, they face each other in the NBA Finals, and Nico Harrison is dealing with AD's injuries? You guys, I'm going to tell you this, Mavericks, you cannot lose your way out of the postseason. As it stands right now, you have some more games left, and you can climb up. Those 7 through 10 seeds, well, actually 6 through 10 is pretty much about the same right now, right? Anybody can be in any of those spots. So Dallas could find themselves in 6th or maybe even 5th, depending on how things go. But you cannot go anything less than a conference finals, because I'm gonna tell you what, if Luka, you think Mavs fans are mad now? Let Luka lead the Lakers to the NBA Finals this year. And on top of that, if he's got LeBron James to go against Boston, it could get tricky for Boston. It could get tricky for Boston in a final situation with LeBron James and Luka on the same team. So let them get to the finals. Nico Harrison may not ever be able to show his face in Dallas again. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.